What's up everybody, it's your girl T, aka the nappy-headed jojoba, and I wanted to walk you guys through in depth how I detangle my hair when it is severely matted. I've been test driving a lot of products for my hair lately, and one of them really jacked my shit up, and long story short, it left me with severe matting. To the point where, like, at the end of my wash day, I knew I was in trouble, and I was just like, I'm going to have to deal with this another time. Because in case you're not aware, I always detangle my hair prior to my wash day. I usually do it the night before. And you know, that usually takes me half an hour to an hour now that I have my little concoction that I make. It definitely has cut down on the time, but you know, it's still a considerable amount of time to invest detangling. But that's working on normally tangled hair, not matted hair. I knew I was going to be wigging it as I've been growing out my shaved side. I've been wearing a lot of wigs. Sidebar, my hair, now that it's been stretched with curl formers at least, it's finally long enough to semi get it into a ponytail, as you can see. So that's kind of exciting. I don't have to worry about like an awkward little afro on this side and then having the rest of my hair in a ponytail or a bun, which is nice. I digress. At the end of my wash day, when I was putting in my braids to get ready to wig it or whatever I was going to do for the next week or however long, I knew I was in trouble. I knew that the matting I could feel as I was braiding my hair up was going to be an endeavor to detangle, because it is time consuming, especially since I knew just in this section of my hair, the sort of like middle crown on the right side, I could feel when I was putting a braid in there, I was just like, this section alone is 1 hour. I could just feel there were that many pieces of matted hair in there. So it was severe. But, you know, I decided to turn a crisis into an opportunity, and after dreading the detangling while those braids were in, I finally got to it and removed all of the matted hair. And I just wanted to show you guys how I actually do that, since I do exclusively finger detangle my hair. I do not use combs or brushes. Typically when people talk about detangling hair, particularly kinky curly hair, they always say start from the ends and work your way up. That does not work for me or my hair texture. I find that it's best for me if I'm dealing with severe matting or just a really bad tangle, it works better for me to work from above it. So what I'll do is I'll apply my product, in this case I'm using my detangling potion, just kind of smooth that through, and I'll make sure I pull on the ends of my hair just to release any shed hairs that'll come out easily. When I can sort of pull apart my hair and see where the matted pieces and chunks are, then I just work through them one at a time. And basically I'll isolate a matted chunk of hair and I pull hairs from the top of where the matted knot is, and eventually I just remove the strands essentially one by one. As I work through pulling those hairs from above the matted piece and out, I'll grab anywhere from 1 to maybe 5 strands of hair. It really depends. It's something that I just have learned from experience of finger detangling my hair for many years now, where I kind of know how realistic it is for me to be able to remove a few strands together if I'm literally going to have to go 1 strand at a time. It's not fun. It's tedious. It takes a long time. I fucking hate it. But I know that if I were to just rip through my hair with a comb, I would lose even more than I already do. My hair strands are mostly pretty thick, but the density is normal, so I don't have a ton of hair, which means it's important to try to keep the strands that I do have on my head for as long as possible in this pursuit of getting my hair as long as I can. I mean, for me, it's just a big experiment. I'm curious to see how long I can grow my hair with proper care. And that means taking time to very carefully detangle my hair in this manner, even if I come up on it being severely matted like this. Even with my detangling pre-poo potion that I have shared with you guys, there is no magic potion that's going to simply melt matting away like that. It works really great for me on normal tangles, but on matted hair, like, that's really a situation of just patience and prayer. Hopefully you can see in this video, it really is a question of just removing the strands 1 to 5 strands at a time. If I'm getting resistance trying to pull more than 1 strand, I'll cut it down from, say, 5 strands to 3 strands or 3 strands to 2 strands. And if not, then I have to go 1 at a time. And if a strand won't remove at all, like if it completely won't pull out of the matting, that means that it is knotted in there and I will cut it out from the bottom. And that's really it. It's not complicated, and it will vary from head to head and texture to texture. I've got a whole range of textures in my head. Some sections are more prone to matting and severe tangling than others. But the good thing is with this method of working from the top of the matted piece, like say this is the matted piece of hair, and just pulling the strands that are still growing from my scalp out of that matted chunk of hair, figuring that out was a pretty crucial turning point in figuring out how to finger detangle my hair exclusively, no matter how bad it is. And I have to say, finger detangling is probably the #1 thing that has helped me to keep my hair on my head and grow it to this point. That's really it. I just wanted to do kind of an in-depth video where you guys can see in semi-real time. I mean, I'm not going to keep you here for an hour watching me detangle one section, but I wanted you to see realistically what it is that I'm doing when I'm removing matted hair, which doesn't happen to me all that often. I might have like one matted chunk or two on a normal detangling session, and that'll slow me down. But I knew after that one product that jacked my hair up, I was looking at a 3 to 4 hour detangling session, and that is what happened. I do not miss those 3-hour detangling sessions at all. So thank the Lord for my pre-poo potion. Needless to say, I'm going to be a lot more careful in my experimentations because after going through that 4 or 5 hour detangling session this time around, I went to my old tried and true products for that wash day because I didn't want to take any chances. Anyway, if you guys like videos like this where I show you guys in-depth kind of more basic parts of my hair care practices, let me know. I was thinking I might even do one where I show you guys how I apply product. I know that sounds stupid, but I actually am pretty thoughtful about how I actually put product in my hair. Maybe I'll put a poll here. Just let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that because I feel like it could actually be useful. Anyway, that is it. Let me know how you guys deal with your hair if it ever becomes matted, because usually my plan A is to just shave my head, but obviously that's not always a realistic solution, so let me know, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!
That's a nappy-headed hose there, I'm gonna tell you that now.